What's going on, everybody? It is your girl, the sobriety queen, no longer the alcohol fiend. I have been sober for 7 years, and I give all credit and honor to God. I want to talk about today 5 reasons you should stop drinking or consider this substance that we've once all, or maybe still, have been allowing to take over our lives, just stealing so much from us, controlling us. For me, for those of you who do not know, I was a woman who drank for 15 years, literally doing all sorts of crazy things. I mean, from oops, sorry, from just going out, acting a fool, sleeping with guys. Yeah, I did it all. I mean, my life was crazy. And I lived my life this way because I really just didn't love myself. I had to discover who I was and my worth in sobriety with God. And I am so grateful that that has been the case. And of course, because it's been the case for me, I want it to be the case for you. So let's jump right into these 5 reasons. The first one is, like I mentioned earlier, it steals your energy. You ever wake up and say, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to take the kids to the park. I'm just going to make sure I do everything that I've set out to do. And then the night before, you've been drinking, you've been partying, you've been with the girls, the guys, you've been all over town, you've been doing everything. And before you know it, you haven't done any other things because by the morning, you're tired, you've got a blackout if you were like me. You're just exhausted, you have no energy, and you just don't have the drive to do the things that you said you wanted to do. Well, that's how alcohol is. It actually pulls you up to pull you down. It is truly a depressant, and it will never serve us. I did it. That's why I can speak about it. I was the queen who literally turned to alcohol thinking that it was going to make me feel good, look good, and do all good things. But in the end, it took so much from me, including energy. Let's jump to number 2. It affects your vision of yourself. When I was drinking, I literally thought I was just this amazing queen. And I thought that, I spoke well. I thought that I, just could impress people with my presence. I thought that I could just do all these amazing things. But the fact of the matter was, by the end of the night, I was a mess. So the vision that I had for myself under the influence was a fraud. It really wasn't who I was, what I did, and what my capabilities was. And that again is what alcohol does. It presents itself as this boyfriend, I like to say, the one with like the hazel eyes, curly hair, physique is right and tight, but you can't bring him home to your mama because he ain't got no job. He can't even speak well. He just look good on the outside. It's not really marriage material, right? That's how I like to associate alcohol. So it blurs your vision. It takes away from the woman or king or queen that you have been chosen to become. And that's not what we want. That is not who you really are. You're not this woman in pain. You're not this king in pain. You're not this person that is flawed. You're not perfect. None of us are. But you possess so much, right? You possess beauty. You possess genuineness. You possess authenticity. But when alcohol is around, it definitely steals from us. It takes away from who God has called us to be. And that's what I want you to know. So that was number 2, right? Let's jump on to number 3. It keeps us involved in activities that definitely hurt us and don't help us. My notes is over here, y'all. It keeps us involved in activities that hurt us and don't help us. So if you was like me, listen, let me tell you something. Let's pause right now. I was the queen that was always involved in some crazy activities when I drank. Yes, I was partying, high. I was blacked out before you know it. I was going home with guys that I did not know. Those activities were with regards to my association to alcohol. That's what it was for me. And it brought on pain. It brought on shame. It brought on regret. Alcohol will do that. It had me one particular time. I like to tell this story. I remember, and I only like to tell it to bring transparency, not because I'm proud of it. But I remember this one time I went into the club and I was like, yes, honey, I ain't paying for nothing tonight. That was crazy. The thought, when I think back on it, it was crazy. But that is how manipulative alcohol is. It will have you saying and doing things that you would not ordinarily say, because really you're not in a space and place of clear and being, healing. You're in a place of really just not, your true self. And that's what it was for me. So by the end of that night, I guarantee you, I was drunk, a hot mess, and looking nothing like my best. And so alcohol has you, again, involved in activities that definitely harm you. They do not help you. Do not be deceived by this substance, making yourselves believe that you can feel better, you will behave better, you will become better. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You will not. And I speak from this place because I've been there. That is why you will always find that I'm super transparent, because I want you to know. I want you to be able to relate. Like, yeah, girl, I did that too. Listen, none of us are exempt from this substance. It will get anybody. If you are that person that's saying, that was your story, Connie. That's not my story. If it ain't your story now, it'll be your story soon. Don't be deceived, as I said. All right, let's jump on into, I think we're at 4, right? So it absolutely takes away from your gifts and your talents. You have gifts and talents. You're not paying your purpose. So it takes away from the things that you were born to do. It doesn't take away from them forever, but it definitely slows them down. It delays them, right? You ain't denied, you just delayed when it comes to alcohol. But why do that? Why put off that time? Like, time is the highest commodity. So why put off the time? Why, do that to ourselves? I did it. I drank for 15 years, y'all. So why do that? Why not be that queen that says, this ain't for me. I got too much purpose. I got too much talents and gifts that God wants me to achieve. I got too much that I want to give to the world. I got too much that I want to give to my family and to myself. Don't you be letting alcohol steal your talents and your gifts. No, you get out here, you get sober, you do what you got to do. Let's jump to the last one, you guys. So it attaches itself to your highs and your lows. So think about it like this. When you attend funerals, right? I know when I used to attend, and I've attended a lot of funerals, especially like of my peers at the time, and everybody's like, pour one out, I respect, or drink up, drink, that's toast to them, their memory, right? And that's a low moment. That's a low moment. It's a time of bereavement. It's a time of loss. It's a time of, devastation for a lot. Or let's look about the high. You're getting married, going to a celebration. You got a new job that you've been waiting for because it's the pandemic. It's you've actually got this contract that you've been waiting on. Whatever. That's a high, and it's showing up in both instances. But I can guarantee you that it's not serving in any of those instances. It is taking away. And that's something that we do not want. That's not what our lives were created for. We were not created, to be on this yo-yo with a substance that brings so much of the lies and the deceit and, the embarrassment and, just all these negative vibrations, right? That's not what our lives are about. Our lives are about pursuing our best selves. Our life is about healing, that inner pain and understanding that, alcohol will continue to make promises that it will never keep, but sobriety absolutely will. So I hope that these 5 tips have been of service to you. I hope that you, maybe jotting them down, taking note and saying to yourself, I'm ready. If you are that queen that's saying to yourself, I am ready to stop drinking, and now it's time for me to live my best life. It's time for me to live a life that I can feel. Because see, that's what alcohol does. It numbs you of your feelings. So if you are that queen and you are saying that this is me, this is my time, it is time for me to stop drinking and feel good finally, I want you to definitely click the link below in this video. Let's get you to the place that you want to be and you deserve to be. This is your girl, the sobriety queen, no longer the alcohol fiend. She is loving her life and living it authentically. I'll talk to you guys soon.